So Temba makes a phone call to 10-111. And it's a very frantic phone call. He's hysterical. Please come quickly. My wife, Zodwa, is pregnant and her labor just started. Really, really intense. And the operator asks, is this her first child? No, you idiot. This is her husband, said Temba. Good evening and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday on Talk with Rams Live. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as Talk with Rams. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page. Same name on all platforms. Thank you for choosing to join us tonight, as you do every night. I need to acknowledge Lucky Kumalo wrote a post on his LinkedIn page. Had he not tagged me, I was not going to be aware, but he says, I'm happy to let everyone know that I have been invited to be part of a select few that will participate in the 2020 BMF and Standard Bank Innovation and Invention Program. Special thanks to Rams Mabote and his team as I heard about the program through the work they do on Talk with Rams. I'm super excited. Thank you, Lucky. That's precisely why we do this. It is for nothing else but to grow the core of entrepreneurship like you. Good luck. Make us proud at BMF Innovate. And as I say, I hope one of you guys innovate something amazing that will make sure that never again shall we get something like Corona. So Talk with Rams is brought to you by Canna Coffee, the most delicious, best tasting coffee with extreme health benefits, manufactured by Canna Coffee Company. It has potent, creamy, and long-lasting flavors which are low in acidity and delightfully romantic. To buy Canna Coffee or acquire the Canna Coffee franchise, please call 082-730-4112, 082-730-4112. You can be part of this platform too through your product or your service placement. You choose. You can sponsor the entire show, a feature like Wisdom Wednesday, or Opportunity Tuesday, whatever you choose. Just write to us, admin@talkwithrams.com, and this space is yours. Now then, in 1997, I quit my job as a political reporter for a Johannesburg-based newspaper. And I joined a partner of mine to start a business. Up until then, I had been nothing but just a journalist and an employee. And this one morning in November, I woke up as a 50% shareholder in a business and what you would call an entrepreneur. I did not know the first thing about running a business. And had it not been of a mentor, my business partner and I, roped in at the time, I can tell you now, we would not have run a successful machine that we did until we merged with another company years later. In fact, so confident was our mentor, at least so committed was our mentor in our business, that he was so willing not only to handhold us, but he even agreed to invest in our business as a minority shareholder for the first few years. Years later, when we merged with another company, we paid him handsomely, about, I think, 2 to 3 times what he had invested in the business. So why am I telling you this? It's because mentorship matters. It matters a lot. And for that reason, I was excited when I saw the National Youth Development Agency has a mentorship program. The NYDA Volunteer Enterprise Program is a program that provides mentorship support to youth businesses. Mentors and young entrepreneurs are assessed, qualified, and matched to form an ongoing mentoring relationship aimed at improving the sustainability and growth of startup or existing businesses of South African young entrepreneurs. Joining me to tell us more about the program and how you can participate is NYDA Head of Operations Siyabonga Mbambo. Remember, you can participate by sending us a comment on Facebook or Instagram, or sending us a WhatsApp voice note on 067 2718239. Good evening, Siya, and welcome to Talk with Rams live.
Evening, Rams. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you. When I spoke to you earlier, I said, please come on to the show as relaxed as you can be. And I now look, I like the look. You are relaxed. All I'm missing is the onesie. I was hoping you'd be wearing a onesie and drinking something cooler. Now I'm having coffee here. But my coffee is sponsored. I mean, I can't blame you if you're not drinking coffee.
Yeah, so I was about to say that since you are promoting it, so maybe I take a different kind of coffee.
You should have had the different kind of coffee. That's the space. But anyway, thank you, my brother. I truly appreciate your time. Let's talk about the objectives of this program. What are you doing with this program?
So the aim of the volunteer mentorship program is to invite seasoned business people who want to give back by hand-holding and mentoring or a portfolio of business support programs that we offer. So since we also give funding to youth-owned enterprises, and we then ask them so that they are linked to a mentor so that we make sure that the business is sustainable and it can yield the returns over a prolonged period of time.
Why does, and I know I preempted it by telling my own story, but in the view of NYDA, why does mentorship matter?
Look, experience.
Connection. So, I'm going to ask you to start again. We lost you for a second there.
A challenge. You might have always clarification, but you still need to have business experience because it's quite a challenging space. And so you constantly need to find somebody that has walked the path to assist you and walk along with you in the path so that you are able to get proper advice.
I'm worried about our network connections here. I actually did not hear your response at all.
Yeah, I'm saying you require people to you just to take you through the journey because it's quite a challenging area. You might possess the necessary qualification in terms of academic qualification, but you still need to get business experience.
Is there no worry, and I've asked this question with a lot of people, is there no worry that mentees at some point tend to over-depend on mentors?
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, but I also think that you shouldn't handhold people too much as a mentor. But the idea is that you are asking them to be able to fly on their own. So it's not like you are coming taking over the management of the business and you start running things. You advise a young person to say, what is it that your business requires? And then you provide them with guidance. So to manage that, there has to be a clear relationship, which is managed legally. So where you have documents, and then you can also indicate how many times you're going to be meeting with your mentor and what are the services that he's going to provide you with.
Do you, as the NYDA, have a template of how this relationship is going to work? Or do I, as a mentor, create my own relationship and the modus operandi between me and the mentee, or how often we meet, what goes on into the mentorship program?
Yeah, we've got a template that outlines the relationship, how many times you are going to meet, the nature and types of reports that need to be submitted so that we know that the mentorship is taking place. So there's a contract that both the mentor and the mentee, they sign, and then we monitor if there is activity in that they are communicating constantly. Because at times you find that somebody signs up a young person and then due to other commitments, then they're unable to follow up on. So that's why we provide that to make sure that people are encouraged to follow on and carry on to mentor these young people.
Because it's a mutual relationship. It's not one-sided. The mentor has a responsibility to the mentee, so they can't just sign up and disappear. I like that. You must hold them accountable to the program. So tell me about that. I mean, tell me what is involved. I mean, how is it shaped? How often do you envisage them meeting and talking, and how long is the program itself?
So we encourage that the program must run for 2 years. So you sign up a young person for 2 years, and then at least it's over the phone, or you could do it online, whichever platform works for you, because you find that some of the mentors, they stay far from the young people. But the other important thing I also want to mention is that it's a relationship. So the mentor and the mentee, they need to get along and establish rules of engagement, so that the other party does not feel abused, or the other party does not feel like being let down, because it's a voluntary program. It's like we don't pay our mentors; they do it out of the goodness of their hearts.
Yes, yes, and we're gonna get to that, because I want people to know that this is a volunteer program. Nobody gets paid for it. And how do you measure success?
So we look at the business from when it started and the intervention that the mentor would have brought on board. And then we would look at things like the finances. Is the business growing? The return on investment, because we would have, at times we find these owned businesses. So if they able to increase their market share and all these other things, then we would then say, oh, the mentor has actually been impactful and assisting the young person to grow his or her business.
Hmm. The matching, do you envisage that you would match a mentor and a mentee who are in the same industry or related industries? How do you work on it?
Yeah, so when we do the matching, ideally we're looking for people who are in the same space, a similar space, because then it becomes relevant. You know, you need to get a coach that understands what he's talking about. So it wouldn't make sense to get somebody who's in a different field altogether, because what he might be sharing with you, it might not necessarily be relevant. But I must indicate that there is mentorship around business management, and then there's technical mentorship where, so for example, you find that a young person is into product development and stuff like that, and he will need advice. Under those circumstances, then you will expect the mentor to have the technical background of the area where the young person is operating.
It sounds good, Sia, but my challenge, and I've been in that space where somebody comes to me and says, "Can you please mentor me?" and stuff like that. And I would bring the technical knowledge. The minute I want to look into the heart of their business, they block. They feel like I'm interfering in their business. How do we ensure contractually that, as a mentor, without threatening their business, that I have access to things that I need to know so that I can help them to get to the next level?
Yeah, so one of the things, like for example, sensitive information like financials. So if I think once you've built the relationship and you can, the mentee can see the value that you are bringing on board, they should be able to share information. But we cover that also as part of the contractual relationship, that you'll be able to get access to information that you require so that you're able to assist.
Is there in the program an opportunity to swap mentors? I mean, I can imagine that I could bring amazing technical skills, let's say in the communication space, but then there is somebody, one of the mentors there, who's an amazing financial guru, who then my mentee could also benefit from their financial skills. Is there also an opportunity to do that?
Yeah, so they can come in for a specific purpose, so that they are able to assist with the financials, and then you focus on your technical aspects. So there's no issue. But the critical thing, or the most important point here, is that a young person needs to be attached to a specific mentor, and then the other one can come in and assist as and when required.
As a support, okay. Is this a new program?
No, it's not a new program. It's been ongoing for almost close to 10 years.
And how has it been going?
Sourcing a significant number of mentors, because obviously people cite that because they are not being remunerated for the time and that they devote to
Our connection is really failing us.
People,
See, I did not hear your response at all. The connection is not so good.
Yeah, I was saying that the program has been ongoing for close to 10 years. One of the challenges that we've experienced with the program is to get enough mentors who come and want to sign up to assist young people. So it will be nice if people in the business community can volunteer their time to mentor young people so that we can have enough mentors for our clients, which is the...
Well, yeah, we're hoping through this communication, this conversation, we can attract a few people to join in. Is it, do you, I mean, yeah, the problem is that people can quit and people, you know, people have problems. It happens all the time. But I'm also sure that there's been some amazing stories that came out of this programs here, where mentee comes to you and says, guys, in 2 years after I've been working with this fellow, my business has grown, I've become more confident. I'm sure you got stories like that.
Yeah, we do get people who said, look, this guy is and in fact, we actually have quite a number of guys who are on the program who are doing very well, like what you mentioned earlier on, who provide specific technical skills that they can go and support other businesses where young people are struggling. So what we try and do is we try and map out who is performing best in terms of the program by mentoring young people and who's growing their businesses. And then we ask them if we can refer them to other people. And also we also host workshops at times where we will have a business breakfast, and then we'll bring a mentor just to come and address quite a bigger group, as opposed to him just being locked to one person. So for example, we would have a workshop of about 50 young entrepreneurs where then the mentor comes and address them so that everybody can benefit from such a talented individual.
What are the obligations on the part of the mentee once they sign up to this program?
So I think in most instances, you'll find that the mentee will be assigned specific tasks. So then the obligation is that if you are given a task, you need to carry out that task, because if somebody assigns you a task and then you don't do them, that breaks down the relationship. And then you end up people saying that I'm not prepared to work with this young person, they're not serious. So a young person has to be serious about business. And when he's given tasks, he must do them on time and submit the task to the mentor so that the relationship is healthy.
How then do people apply?
So you can just send us an email and indicate that you are interested to be part of the program, and then we send you the relevant documentation, and then we link you up with our mentorship officer from the nearest branch to take you through the program and orientate you, and then from there. So now that we are on lockdown, I think the easiest thing would be an email, because everything is done virtually at this point in time.
Yes, if the network allows. So what, in terms of, I forgot to ask this question, do mentors have to be entrepreneurs themselves?
Not necessarily. It could be someone who possesses specific technical skills, who've worked maybe in a big corporate organization and acquired the relevant in time, so that he's able to assist the young person. To cite an example, it could be someone from the South African Bureau of Standards, as an example, who's coming in to assist the young person to conform with standards or something like that.
Okay. So I've got a question here from Sonti Unati, who says, I tried applying for the NYDA mentorship program for 3 years. Even went through an interview, but never got any response, even sent applications to national office, not even an acknowledgement of email receipt. I know many others who were willing to assist, but they could not go through. How do you respond to that?
So there could have been a breakdown in terms of the trail of communication between, because what happens is most of the guys that are on the program, they will go through our branch network to register for the mentorship program. But
Yes.
the lady is interested in being part of the program, then she can take my email address and then send me her contact details. And then I will make sure that the relevant person gets in touch with her so that she's able to come to the program and assist
Excellent.
us. With
I like that response. But Siya, is it possible? And I don't want people to think that everything is just easy. Is it also possible for people not to qualify to become mentors? I mean, I hear, and maybe Sonti qualifies and stuff, and she'll get in touch with you. But is it also possible that I may not qualify? I may want to do it, but I do not qualify. Oh, okay.
All
I
those
think you're
other,
back.
and then you must also possess qualifications that make it relevant for you to be able to do this. So there's no point in onboarding someone who does not possess the necessary skills that we require, so that we're able to assist young people.
Okay, so we lost you for a second, but I think you're saying it is possible, because if you don't have the qualifications, you can't get into the program. I hear you very clearly, because I want people to know that we may all think we want to be mentors, but if you don't have the necessary qualifications, it is not even fair to the mentee themselves to be mentored by somebody who doesn't have the right qualifications. So what is that email address where Sonti can get you on?
It's Mbambo at nyda.gov.za.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's breaking. We will put it on the program when we finish, because we're really battling to hear you well. I couldn't even hear it myself. The forms for application, they will be on your website, won't they?
Yes. The email is Siyabonga.Mbambo at nyda.gov.za.
Excellent.
The personal relationship, or you need to possess specific skills of being able to work with people, because there are people that you are very good technically, but they've got very poor personal relations, and they are unable to relate to other people and assist people, because at times you might be mentoring somebody that is slow to grasp concepts and things. So you need to exercise patience and yeah. So human relation skills for the mentor are very much important, because if you don't possess those, you'll find that you'll forever be fighting with your mentees.
Kodwa leyo mentee yona mayingazi eklasini nayo kumele nayo ikhulunywe nayo ukuthi phela it's not about my personal skills, nomuntu akafuni ukwenza umsebenzi wakhe phela.
No, uyayazi nawe leyo ukuthi khona vele abantu who would want to sign up for our programs, and then you find out later on that they are not serious, then you take them out.
No, excellent, my brother. Well, I mean, as I said earlier, it's a mutual relationship. It has to work for both people, and it has to be massaged over a long. And I like the fact that it's 2 years. So it says it takes a bit of time to build it and become stronger and stronger over time. And I think even beyond the NYDA, I think where you would have built a great mentorship relationship, those people will be stuck forever, long beyond this relationship that NYDA would have started anyway.
That is correct.
Yeah. My brother, I can tell you now. I mean, I have a few other questions, but they really refer to people asking for funding. I don't ask questions that are not relevant to the topic today. So when it comes to funding, guys, go to the website. It's www.nyda.org.za. But I'll also tell you this much: there's something about NYDA that I like. It's got the most amazing PR people. So they see your questions and they will respond to them. I can tell you now, even though they're not relevant to today's topic. I know, Sia, you guys have always done this. I mean, I've had Wazim here. As we're speaking, they are responding to the questions that are being asked. So I'm not going to ask you the funding questions. I was interested in the mentorship program today, and that's where we leave it. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
Must have a great evening, and thank you very much to everybody for joining us tonight. Please apply. Most importantly, I need to say this: there will be many people who need to be mentored. There's very few of us who raise their hands to mentor those. If you can do that, if you can contribute to creating one entrepreneur, even one in your entire lifetime, you can change a lot of things. Please apply for this program. Go to the website. There is a form of the mentorship program. Enlist and help one person. You will not know how much it can change their lives. And certainly yours, by the way. As the teacher teaches, so they learn. So you will also learn in the process of teaching somebody else. Tomorrow, it's game-changing day. So watch out for an amazing conversation with a game changer. We are back, same platform, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as Talk with Rams. We implore you to join us at 7:30. Make sure you do not miss it. This show was brought to you by Canna Coffee. the most delicious and best tasting coffee with extreme health benefits, manufactured by Canna Coffee Company. To buy Canna Coffee or acquire the Canna Coffee franchise, call 082 730 4112. 082 730 4112. And finally, do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube page, Talk with Rams. Take a picture of your subscription, send it to admin at Talk with Rams, and then you'll qualify for a 50% discount of The Winning Mindset, the book by Dr. Thando Sibanda. Thank you very much, Frederick. The technology was not too good for us today, but sorry guys for the cuts, but I'm sure you got everything that Sia said. It may have broken, it's not his fault. That's what technology does from time to time. From me, Rams Mabote, good night and God bless.